Welcome to Border Life. This week we meet the guardian of the kingfisher, who's gone from capturing them on camera to helping them in their natural habitat.
And I see year after year their nests failing, and it's heartbreaking. So I thought if I can do something to help it, I'll do it.
In a moment, the man who photographs kingfishers. You've got to be quick. Welcome back. A wildlife photographer from Kirkcudbright has turned to conserving his favourite species after spending years capturing it on camera. Here's Laurie Carnahan.
Alan McFadgen has been a photographer for the last 10 years, and in that time he's managed to capture some world-class images. He spent thousands of hours in his purpose-built hides, waiting to photograph the wildlife here in Galloway. Alan focuses on small species, from birds of prey to the endearing red squirrel. But it's the colourful kingfisher that pulls at his heartstrings.
They're so fragile as species, they've got the hardest life of any bird. 75% of the young that come out of the nest die within 7 days. So I just try to help them as much as I can, because they're so endearing, so beautiful to look at. And I don't know why, I just love them so much.
Photographing these raptors year after year has allowed Alan to closely monitor their lifestyle and habitats. And he soon began to notice a worrying trend when it came to the nesting season.
Yeah, I observed them year after year, nest after nest, failing, and it's heartbreaking watching the young die. So I thought if I can do something to help it, I'll do it. I'm making an artificial kingfisher site high off the banking. It always tries to nest in this banking, but it can't get in because there's so many stones. It tunnels in a few feet and it hits a stone and gives up, wastes a lot of time. Then it moves across to a lower bank and it's muddy, and they always get drowned with the flooding, and it just causes havoc to the nesting time. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a hole the size of my arm, then I'm going to compact it with the soft mud. I put a scaffolding pole in and pull it out so it's got the tunnel to start with, and then it only has to make a wee chamber which will take it a few days. So it's saving it 4 weeks every nest site as well. It's the part that people don't see, but it's the most rewarding part for me, more important than a good photo. That's the stone. If it came across that in the nest, it'd hit it, and it's too small to move it, so it's wasted a week of its time digging that hole.
It's illegal to disturb nests during the breeding season, so Alan only carries out his conservation work at certain times of the year. The one he's showing us today is just an example of the nests he builds.
Well, I'm happy with that now. The bird's got a good start, just needs to make a little chamber, and job's a good one.
And it's clear that this modest effort is having a big impact.
Since I did it, every year, instead of 1 or 2 broods, they're having 3 and 4 broods. So in the 19 years before, there was 19 young fledged that I know of, and now I'm getting that about every season. So I've had nearly 100 kingfishers in the last 5 years, and it's spreading the population right through Galloway now.
When it comes to photographing the birds, Alan doesn't rely on good luck and wishful thinking. He has a ready-made hide with plenty of treats on hand to tempt the birds. So some set up here, Alan?
Yeah, this is my kingfisher hide. This is where I feed them every day.
Right, and I mean this looks like a science project. What on earth is it?
It's pretty simple really. You just put some fish in the tub. Hopefully he'll come to the perch today, dive and get some food because the water's high today. So he'll be struggling to catch in the river.
So it's as simple as that. You pop the fish in, go into the hide and play the waiting game?
Yes, Kingfisher comes here, catches a fish, and we're in the hide watching, hiding, taking photos.
Will we go and have a look?
Let's try.
Whilst we settled into the hide for the afternoon, it was a good chance to find out where this love of photography first began.
Well, it was when I was a kid, 6 years old, my grandpa used to take me out on the bicycle, show me all the different birds, and I was a little interested. But one day he took me to the bridge downstream, seen my first kingfisher, and that was me hooked. Since then, as it was 2009, I started doing the photography.
Since those early days, Alan has captured some magnificent photos. But he says nothing will ever compare to the image that earned him the reputation as one of the country's finest wildlife photographers.
Well, it was a thing I had after my grandfather died. I wanted to get in his memory, and I wanted to get it diving into the water, just touching the water. But they go at 30 miles an hour, so it was nearly impossible. But after 6 years, 720,000 attempts, I got it eventually.
And how did that feel?
Oh, I can't explain in words. It was ecstatic. I was singing on the way home in the car, hoping it looked as good in the computer as it did in the camera.
And of course it did. It was a perfect shot.
Oh, the focus and the position, the wing position, the colours, the background, everything was just one of the days everything came together.
What would your grandfather have made of that shot?
Oh, he'd have been so proud of me. So hopefully he's looking down now and sees that my efforts have been rewarded.
Capturing the perfect photo relies on so many elements. But right now, we don't even have a bird to photograph. Well, we've been sitting here nice and quiet for about 2 hours now, and we've had absolutely no sightings of any kingfishers. But we have had some fly past from some smaller birds, so fingers crossed we'll see something yet. I think we've just got to be patient. Nature isn't something you can dictate, so we could be here for a while. Alan's latest project is using an underwater camera to capture his beloved kingfisher.
I've got some good ones, but I've still to perfect it. I want to get just with the fish in the beak, but I'll work on that now. I'm started in this month actually to try and achieve that shot.
We're now on hour number 3 and still no sightings. No luck today, but we've still got a few hours before darkness sets in, so I think they're all hiding actually.
Perhaps.
But just as the sun was starting to set, our luck changed. And that's him.
Quick.
Wow, that was something special.
Worth the wait.
That was worth the almost 4-hour wait.
Yeah.
My word, those colours, the blues and the oranges, I've never seen a bird like that
So
here in the
vibrant.
UK.
Absolutely beautiful.
And only a few minutes later, the hungry kingfisher was back for more. What's he doing? He's whacking it on the brass.
He's stunning it so he can swallow it easier.
But if time isn't on your side, there are plenty of species to admire and photograph at Alan's other hides across Galloway. Here, the birds and animals aren't quite so camera shy. But for Alan, the real pleasure is helping to protect these wonderful creatures.
Seeing people happy getting photos is one thing, but helping the wildlife's the biggest thing for me, and I would never do this unless that's what I was doing. I wouldn't just put people in hides if they weren't benefiting the nature and the wildlife around me.
Next.